guest starred on the long-running CBS series How I Met Your Mother, and she also plays Maria Hill in the Avengers movies. Now she can be seen in the new movie, The Intervention. Please welcome Cobie Smulders. You look fantastic.
Stop it.
Yes, you do.
Thank you.
Yes, you do. I did something I hardly ever do. I went in for 2 kisses.
And I appreciate that.
I never do that.
Oh, so I should feel very special.
And you can also see that you're like, huh?
That's not true. I feel like I went in for the second kiss before you did.
You could probably look at it again. I go for one, and then I start to go for another, and you're like, what? Again? I have to do it again? That's what you're saying right there.
No, not true.
You're saying that Irish pumpkin's coming at me a second time. How are you?
I'm doing really great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing very well. I'm excited. I want to hear about this.
Okay.
You just wrapped a movie, I think, days ago.
Yes.
With one of my favorite characters of all time, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
You gotta tell me.
Governor of California. Yeah.
You know what I always do? I forget. He's in these commercials now for that video game. Have you seen those?
Which video game?
Yeah, the video game where he's dressed as a general and he's like, get the troops ready. And I forget that he was the governor of California.
He was.
He was, but what's he like?
He was awesome. My husband is directing this film. He wrote it, and he's starring in it, and Arnold was kind enough to be a part of it. And he was awesome. I mean, my husband's a first-time director, and Arnold was so kind.
Nice.
And listened to him. And, and was very funny. It's an action comedy, so it's nice to see him doing some more.
He is a funny guy.
Yeah.
In the past, when I interviewed him, he was I was like, oh, yes. And I've always heard he was funny. I've heard that he loves to, like, mention his catchphrases from all of his movies. Most people would be like, oh, my God, I don't want to do that.
But they're really cool catchphrases,
I don't want to do that.
Fair.
But is that true that he does that?
I didn't have that experience with him. I wish I did, because that would be amazing.
I've had friends tell me that he'd be like, well, I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be back. And everyone's like, that's really good. And then he's like, I'm going to go get a muffin. I'll be back. All right, you did that.
No, just that the only time that he did this really cool move, which was when we were setting up a shot and we were all kind of waiting for a while. He'd just go, and then that meant we should go. Like we start rolling.
Right.
So he just had this power just to be like, and you're like, Arnold is saying, we're gonna go, we're gonna go.
And so it begins.
You do a good Arnold.
One of my favorite encounters with a celebrity ever was years ago. I'm in a coffee shop. It's early in the morning. I'm really tired. I haven't woken up yet. And I get my cup of coffee, and I'm in Manhattan. We're doing the late night show there, and I'm sitting there having coffee. And all of a sudden, I realize there's someone waiting to get his coffee, and I look over, and just then, Arnold Schwarzenegger looks down at me, and we're looking at each other, and he goes, well, you know, he knew me, and I had interviewed him. And he just goes like, I go like, oh, hi, how you doing, Arnold? He goes, it's good to see you, Conan, how are you? And I went, good to see you. And then we had nothing to say to each other. And you can tell it's early, and both of us are trying to think, and Arnold's thinking, and then he just looks at me and he goes, coffee in the morning is good. And I said, yeah, no, coffee, it helps, it's good. And then there was a pause, and he looked at me and he went, helps wake you up.
Coffee commercial I've ever
really good. Now, speaking of incredibly famous people on this planet, your co-star in the new Jack Reacher film, Mr. Tom Cruise.
Yes.
You, on Twitter, you call him Tommy.
Tommy. Did I call him Tommy on Twitter?
You called him Tommy on Twitter, and I was thinking, you don't do that to his face, do you?
Yes. I call him
Tommy?
Yeah, I call him Tommy and Tom and Thomas. I don't call him
Tomaroonie? Do you muscle his hair when you do that?
Weird.
Hiya, Tommy, how you doing?
I do. He's the best. He's the best. Yes, we shot this movie and we got along so well. And he is the nicest man. The nicest man. So I feel like I can call him Tommy. I haven't heard that it's not okay to call him Tommy.
It's not okay.
From you. Okay, now thank you for telling me. Thank you. I've obviously made a grave mistake.
There are 9 robots coming to get you. You know, you had to learn action for this film, and I'm wondering, does that give you confidence in your own life as Cobie Smulders, do you feel like, okay, I just learned all this great action techniques. I feel more confident in myself?
Yeah, I think I do. I definitely have more self-confidence, but the issue is you get very comfortable when you work with such a great team of stunt people that they're trained to not hit you. So if I'm in a dark alley and something terrible happens, I'm still used to people really coming at me very strongly and then getting right here.
And stopping.
And stopping.
Right.
And doing it very safely.
Right.
So I hope to never have to test that out. But I'd like to feel like I could get at least 1 or 2 hits in there.
It's almost like they taught you the worst self-defense.
Yes.
Which is to have an incredible amount of confidence and moves.
Yeah.
But when a fist is coming at you, be like, it's gonna stop soon.
Totally. And to always have perfect hair.
Okay, let's talk about The Intervention.
Yes.
This is your new movie, and in the film, your character has a broken leg, but that was not part of the script.
It was not. I broke my leg the night before I went to shoot this film in Savannah. And thanks, guys.
Where was that nice ooh before when I needed one? Man, they're all for you, apparently.
So I broke my leg. I had this weird fall in my apartment, and I was still walking on it. I was supporting weight on my leg, and it wasn't swollen, so I was like, I think it's okay. And then, like, about halfway through the Delta terminal at JFK, which is not exaggerating, like a mile long
That's
to
a
get.
long one,
It's
yeah.
a long one, and I have my child, my 8-month-old, strapped to my chest, and I'm now in severe pain. I'm like, I think that there's something wrong here. So I landed and went to the doctor, and indeed, I had a broken leg and was on crutches.
You had a broken leg and didn't know it?
Like,
that is so badass. That's incredible.
Well,
that's great. No, I'm serious.
Well,
good for you.
well, thank you.
Broken? Well, I suppose.
What? I was still walking around, and it was a bone that wasn't weight, like you could still support.
Doesn't matter. I could break a small piece of cartilage in my ear, and I would be in a bed for 9 years.
I think I need to take a page from you because that's probably what I should have done. But it was it's this lovely movie, and I just didn't want to let them down, so I did the movie, and we ended up working it into the script, and my character had a broken leg, and people think it was a choice and not a real.
That's nice. I mean, if you were playing like Spider-Man,
it wouldn't. Yeah.
It can't be a choice.
I was going to after that, and I couldn't do it because of the broken leg.
Well, we have a clip from The Intervention, and I believe this is.
This is the first time. This movie is about my character. She's married, and this group of friends were all close, and they decide to host an intervention on my marriage because they think that it's not a good one. And so we're arriving at this beautiful place for the first time.
Let's take a look at this clip from The Intervention.
It's done, okay?
Hey! Sorry, we would have been here earlier, but Peter was on a very important phone call, so.
What happened to your leg?
Oh, it's broken, but it's fine. Yeah.
Hi. I can't believe you broke your leg.
Did you start coloring your hair?
No?
Hi. How are you? Good to see you.
Good, but oh my God.
Hi. I'm Lola. Hi, Ruby. Nice to see you.
Amazing.
You checked on the kids yet?
We just got here, Peter, so no.
All right, can we? Because we haven't called since we landed.
Okay.
So just so everyone knows, there are delicious drinks being served just out and back on the porch. So, can I come have a drink?
Yeah, I think we should settle in first before we...
Peter, is there anything else you want to micromanage? I'd just like to have one drink.
Okay, that marriage.
Somebody needs to intervene on that marriage.
I know.
Thank goodness.
I know, but I don't know if you're like this, Andy, but when I'm watching a scene where a couple isn't getting along, and you guys are good actors, I get extremely uncomfortable. Like I just got and when I'm in a restaurant and 2 people aren't getting along, I'm very, very uncomfortable.
Way to sell the movie, Conan.
I'm sorry. It's your fault for being a good actor. That's all I'm saying.
Fighting.
It's the most anxious film you'll see this fall. Feel like getting stressed? Check it out.
Well, it's a terrific movie. I'm not listening to you, Andy. And I love it when marriages just crumble. No, just
It does
kidding.
have a happy ending.
I didn't say what happened at the ending, and you just did.
Well, no, I'm not saying that for us. I'm saying in general, there's a lot of relationship issues happening.
In general.
Not just our relationship.
Okay,
that's
you never
having-
know. No spoilers. Isn't that what the kids say? Hashtag. See? I am 28. Yeah. I listened to all the new albums. The Intervention.
Albums.
Shut up.
New albums.
Spin that new disc by that new artist. The Intervention opens in theaters and on demand this Friday. Cobie, thank you so much for being here. I love it when you stop by. Cobie Smulders, we'll be right back. The director of Lo and Behold, Reveries of the Connected World, Werner Herzog. We are back. It's exciting. My next guest is the award-winning director of over 48 films spanning 6 decades, including Fitzcarraldo and Grizzly Men. The lengths to which he has gone to complete his films are the stuff of legend. He has been called the most important